Welcome back, students. This is Madhumita Chakraborty from Holy Hearts Educational Academy, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. I am again here with the economic second chapter, People as Resource, with the summary. And according to the emphasis laid on, I have divided it into 4 headings. The first one is, what is the meaning of people as resource? Then your economic and non-economic activities. Then the classifications on the basis of economic activities, the 3 sectors. That is your primary sector, secondary sector and your tertiary sector. Then I am going to discuss with you all about the quality of population, and then last we are going to do about the nature of unemployment in India. So you can see the content. I hope it is clear to you all. Fine. Now coming to the first topic, that is, what does people as resource mean? The first thing, people. Who are these people? They are the population of a country which they can be the asset rather than a liability. Now, who are these people as resource? What does it refer? It refers to the existing working population in terms of their existing productivity, skill and ability. And when does it turns into human capital? It turns into human capital when it is educated and it is healthy. And that decides whether the population is an asset or a liability. Students, here we can take a very good example, that is of Japan. Japan does not have any natural resources of its own, but because it has done investment in its human capital, so it is one of the developed nations of the world. So always remember, the human capital is the superior than the other 2 resources, that is your land and your capital. Now I can show you this, what I have explained you. First, see this, people as resource, the one which I have explained you right now. See, I have jotted it down into 4 points. I hope you have read and seen that it is the same. Fine. Now comes about economic and non-economic activities. So what are economic activities? Economic activities are those activities which refers to monetary gain, and non-economic activities are those activities which does not refer to any monetary gain. And economic activities are also known as market activities, and non-economic activities are known as non-market activities. And these non-market activities do not get any payment. They are only for self-consumption or self-use. Like for example, I can give you, suppose I am a teacher and I am teaching in school. So that will be what kind of activity mine? That will be economic activity. Why? Because I am getting payment for teaching the students. But if I teach my own kids at home, then it becomes a non-economic activity. Why? Because here I am not getting the payment. I hope you understood it. See it. Economic, non-economic activities. Fine. So economic activities, you can see I have written, it refers to monetary gain. And non-economic, it does not refer to any monetary gain. And then market activities are under economic activities, and non-market activities are under non-economic activities. And they are only meant for self-consumption or self-use. Now, I'll talk about the classification of the economic activities. That is classification on the basis of economic activities. We are doing it into the sectors of the economy. So how? The first one is the primary sector, second one is the secondary sector, and third one is the tertiary sector. First one is your primary sector, that includes agriculture, fishery, mining, animal husbandry, etc. So here those activities are included which starts from harvesting till the extraction of natural resources. Second one is your secondary sector, which is also termed as manufacturing sector. Why? Because all the raw materials which are produced in primary sector are brought into this manufacturing sector to get the final product. So it is also termed as manufacturing sector. Now comes the third one, that is your tertiary sector. Tertiary sector is also known as service sector because the services are rendered here to the other two sectors of the economy, that is the primary and secondary. And here it includes your banking, communication, transport, teaching, etc. And all the three sectors are interdependent. Now here you can see I have jotted it down. Primary, secondary or manufacturing, then tertiary, it is also known as service sector. I hope it is clear. Fine. Now, what is the quality of population? That quality of population actually decides whether the country is developed or not. Why? Because here only it decides the population is asset or a liability. To be a good quality of population, two things are very important, that is education and health. So we come to know that health and education plays a very important role in the formation of human capital. Then we'll come to the nature of unemployment. Now, nature of unemployment. In India, there we find three types of unemployment. The first one is in the rural areas, that is seasonal and disguised, and in urban area we find the educated unemployment. So what is this seasonal unemployment? Seasonal unemployment, from the very term seasonal, you can understand the employment is only for a season particular. So here we can say that when the worker is employed for a particular season or for only few months of a year, then it becomes a seasonal employment. And when the worker remains unemployed for a particular month in the year, then it becomes seasonal unemployment. Now, what is, when we are talking about seasonal unemployment, disguised unemployment, but actually what does unemployment mean? Unemployment actually means when the people are ready to do the job in the existing wage rates but are not getting the job. So that we can term it as unemployment. Now, again back to disguised and seasonal unemployment. So seasonal unemployment is found in rural areas, and mostly we can see the farm laborers are hit to it. And then comes the next, that is the disguised unemployment. This disguised unemployment is also found in rural areas, and it is mostly seen in agriculture. Like suppose, we take an example, a farmer, he is cultivating his field and he is having 5 members with him, but actually he requires 3 members for the cultivation of the field. These 2 are the extra, that is what is disguised unemployment. These 2 visible, or it seems as if they are doing the work, they are employed, but actually they are not employed, because if we take them out of this agriculture, then the total output of the cultivation does not hamper. So we find it in agricultural field. Then comes in urban area, that is the educated unemployment. So educated unemployment means the youth, those who have acquired degrees of matriculation, graduation, post-graduation, they do not get the job according to their degrees, or we can say according to their qualification. And so many a times it happens that they fail to do the job, and that makes them educated unemployed. So I think it is very clear to you all better, and I'm going to show you in urban areas. Right? So, a very quick revision of what I have done the summary today. First is the people as resource, what does it mean? Then we have seen that human capital is very important. It is superior than the other 2 resources, that is your land and capital. Then we have seen about economic and non-economic activities. Then we have seen about the classification based on economic activities, primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Then we have seen about the quality of population, and lastly we have discussed about the nature of unemployment in India. Thank you students. Stay safe at home.